In this video, I have undertaken the task of trying to live like Bryson DeChambeau for 24 hours. This involves a lot of protein consumed, trying to hit the golf ball as hard as I can, some golf practice, and a lot of working out as well. Will this end well? Let's find out. Morning, everyone. This will be a fun day. I'm going to try and live and train like Bryson DeChambeau for the entire day. I've done a similar video with Tiger Woods. That's going to be a lot harder because that one was from about 6 AM till 9 PM. This one's going to be a bit different because of the actual dietary requirements. So it's quite tough to find out what Bryson actually does in a day, but I've done quite a bit of research and it seems that on his kind of normal days, I'll put the dietary requirements up on the screen for you now, and you can see he eats around 3,000 to 3,500 calories, but with 7 protein shakes, some PB&J sandwiches, some steak and bacon and eggs. It's not exactly my normal diet. Now everything else seems pretty straightforward. The speed training, the golf and the gym, it will be quite taxing, but I think the diet part is gonna be the weird bit. So I'm just gonna make the bacon and eggs now and try and get 2 protein shakes down with me for the morning and then head over to King's Golf to start my speed training. Cooked. It's bigger than I expected, but in terms of macros, just looking at it, about 1,100 calories. That's not too bad, but with it coming from purely bacon and eggs and some toast, you can see with the protein, 110 grams of protein in one meal is a lot. That really is a lot. I'm gonna try and get this down me and then prepare the lunch and the more protein shakes and the more protein bars, and then head over to do some speed training. Right guys, I am here at King's Golf, the #1 venue in the UK for all your TrackMan needs, and I'm going to do some speed training. I've got my, God, what is this? My 3rd protein shake in my hand today. I've got 2 more that I need to do in this little snack session here before I go and do some actual training at Manning's Heath. I've got that with me. Not recommend having 7 protein shakes in a day. I'll get onto that later today. But it's tough to really find out what Bryson does, but looking at his previous training on YouTube and Instagram, he did 2 swing speed training sessions when he was getting into the Worlds. I'm gonna do that today. This is my first one. I'm just really gonna try and get my swing speed to about 126. Not as fast as Bryson, but we're gonna do about 20 to 30 minutes of absolutely blasting my body, just hitting about 100, 200 balls as hard as I can with my driver and trying to get up there. I'll show you the numbers, play the music. Let's absolutely smash it.
Yeah. I told my squad we gon' make it out. One way or the other. Yeah. I had some hoop dreams, but no jumper like I'm Adam. My pen is too clean, so I had to stick with rapping. My life is hella deep, dog, you couldn't even fathom. My goals are like Twitter, you can see I'm staying at them. I'm trying to be the GOAT. Every day I'm chasing ghosts like I'm Danny Phantom. And I can sell a nigga, but I'd rather sell a hit. It's my niche, and business at the beat, so I had to hit the switch. And I am all in, I ain't on the fence. All these rappers peep my game, I ain't talking Twitch. Man, I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to make my wrist match the plaques. I started from the bottom, I ain't going back.
God. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Bryson's videos when he's doing speed training, and he is covered in sweat towards the end of it. He does it for about 40 minutes. I've done it for about 35 minutes or so, and I'm drenched. I feel like I've done a workout. Didn't do as well as I wanted to. I got up to 124 club head, which is, for me, that's really poor. I'm really annoyed with that. And max distance was about 340. Needs to improve, but that's gonna happen over the winter. I'll do a lot of videos on that. This video's coming soon. But my body is knackered. This is one part of speed training. Now I'm gonna go practice, then go to do more speed training, and then go to the gym to finish it off for my day. This is tough, it really is. You can see my hair. My hair looks soaked. And yeah, it's tough. I've got some protein bars, got some protein shakes to drink, But fair play, that is not an easy thing to do. And that takes commitment. I had some music blaring in the background. It'd be cool if I could have a few people here as well, just like egging me on a bit. But yeah, let's go to my car, let's have some food, and let's head over to Manning's Heath for some Bryson DeChambeau practice. Right, I've got a few snacks of sorts that I can have. Bryson did have a few protein bars. I've got some Grenade Killer bars with me today. I've had them before. They're all right, 20 grams of protein. It's really overloading the protein, but that's okay. I'm gonna have one of these on the way to the golf course. One other thing that was on the menu, and I'm gonna sound so incredibly English here. Why on earth do people in America have PB&J sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly? I've made it, I'm not gonna have it yet. But peanut butter and jam or grape jelly sounds like the worst combination I could possibly imagine. So whatever, I'll have it either way. I don't think the macros are great for it, but I guess quick sugars will get some energy, and it's a very quick meal. So I understand why Bryson's having it. I don't think it's the most rigorous, and if you went to a nutritionist, I don't think they'd recommend these, but fair enough. I think when I get to the course, and I'm gonna eat this right now on the way to Manning's Heath. Right, so we're at Manning's Heath now, and I've got about 2 hours or so to practice, maybe about an hour and a half. And I thought, what should I do? Or what would Bryson do? Well, in his transformation period, Bryson actually really improved his putting. I don't arm lock putt anymore, but what I'm going to do is focus on my putting. Luckily, you don't see my medal play because I miss a lot of short putts. That's what I'm going to focus on today. I've also got a training aid that's going to help my stroke. Just really focus on 6 foot and in, get really comfortable with that, and maybe branch out to about 10 or 15 foot. At the end of this, I should be extremely confident with my short putting. Let's give it a go. This putt plate that I've got is so good for improving your putting, but it's so horrible to use when you haven't used it for a while. My putting stroke is bad. This green isn't great, it's very bobbly, and it's very clear that my putting stroke is a bit out to in, a bit slicey, which is why I have a lot of short putts that are being pulled and also being pushed. 4 foot putt, I should be making more or less all of these, but I'm not doing that, so it's a bit one of those training sessions that isn't particularly enjoyable, but if I just get the correct motion in it, I'm sure Bryson does this a lot as well, you should be a better putter. Whew. Right, I am now more or less done with my putting. I'm not going to bore you by showing you the whole hour and a half worth of footage from 6 to 8 foot, but I feel a lot more comfortable now with that kind of range of 3 to 8 foot. My tendency was to pull the putts. Now I'm actually more or less pushing it a little bit, but it's just to make sure I'm actually starting my line like completely straight, get that pure stroke, because I noticed that for a lot of my strokes I'm not getting that forward roll, I'm getting kind of side to side, which is so important for putting, because if you're starting on a correct line but then you're doing it with side spin, hook spin, it's not going to go straight at all, it's not going to go to your desired target. So that's something that I'm going to work on through the winter months, and hopefully I've made a big improvement today. But now let's go back to King's Golf. Now for my second speed training session. It's going to be slightly different, but let's go back now. I'm going to eat my food, eat my snacks just before we get there, and then finish off the golf part of this video before we get into the actual strength part, because we know Bryson loves to lift weights, and that's why he's hit absolutely miles. 5th protein shake of the day out of 7. I must say again, I do not recommend this to anyone. 7 protein shakes is a lot. It's very tasking on the stomach. I don't have the exact same one as Bryson. He is sponsored by a specific brand. So either way, it's not going to be good for your stomach. It's going to wreak havoc on you the next day. But I have now got my PB&J sandwich. I feel so English, but I don't like peanut butter. I don't really like jam. If maybe 2 negatives equals a positive. I mean, it's edible. it's just have ham and cheese, guys. If you want to have a sandwich, yeah, have ham and cheese. I'm going to eat this because I have to. And yeah, I'll see you guys at King's Golf. Right, so back we are at King's Golf for my second and final session of my speed training. Now what I could do is hit it as hard as I can consistently at the practice area. I am still kind of going to do that, but what I have realized with speed training is that I'm not doing long drive. I want to increase my swing speed, but I want to increase my accuracy with that as well. I don't want to be hitting it left, right, 100 yards left, 100 yards right. I need to make sure my smash factor is still about 1.45 up to 1.49. So with that, I should probably try and actually play a hole. So as you can see behind me, I have got St Andrews, the 18th hole at 350 yards or so. Probably a bit too far for me to drive. I may push it forwards a little bit so it makes it a bit more interesting. But this is an actual hole that I can maybe hit the green. So I'm going to have to make sure that I hit the middle of the club face and really just put a good swing on it. But I'm also going to try and get over that 120 mile an hour swing speed consistently. So this will be fun. It's still a tough test. I know it is still the widest fairway in golf, so I haven't made it, completely impossible. But let's move the tees forward a little bit and then give it a go. Oh, I've gone out of bounds. No, I'm gonna hit someone's house. That was a good swing as well, just left that. Oh no, oh no. It's spinny. Yeah, that was a good shot though. That was the best one of the day in terms of how neutral I was. Stayed in the air a lot longer. There we go. No, it's in the valley of death. No. No. Ah, it's not gonna stay, is it? Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh wait a second. We've got a ball on the green here, ladies and gentlemen. Does it count? I'm not so sure. It's coming towards the end of this day, but I've still got quite a lot to do. I've now finished my final swing speed training session. It was only half an hour, but it's pretty adequate timing. Again, what I'm kind of doing here is seeing what Bryson has done and kind of meandering about and pushing it all into one session. So sometimes Bryson probably does one training session for all his speed and maybe focus a little bit more on his swing itself and like going to the course, hitting the range and just focusing on his putting, his wedges, things like that. I'm kind of pushing it all into one and it's tough work. As you could see by those final balls that I hit here at King's Golf, my spin rate was kind of all over the place. My swing speed itself was pretty good, holding around that 120, but my smash factor was dipping, my spin rate all over the place, and that means dispersion, not very good. The last bit of today, in terms of exercise, will be the hardest bit for me, as I haven't been to the gym in about a month, but that is one of the most important things for increasing your speed, is making sure you are fit, active, and doing certain exercises to increase your explosive power. So I'm gonna head over now to Underground Gym, go through a workout, really specialized for speed training. I've had a look at what Bryson does. I'm gonna do very similar. I'm gonna put my body through pretty much all it can do, and then we'll head home. Let's jump right to it. Right, so we are at Underground Gym, the best gym in the southeast, and I was going to find one of the best personal trainers, but I couldn't find any, so I'm left with Cameron today, my brother, personal trainer, head PT here at Underground. I've already got the kind of the plan for today, but just talk me through what you would expect from a golf-orientated gym workout. What would you think it would be?
Yeah, so for a golf-orientated workout, one, it would depend on the training plan, but two, what we're going to look for is structural strength so our ability to produce force, and then we're going to look for an ability to produce force fast, so rate of force development. We're then going to want to focus both on the upper and the lower extremity, and that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yep, spot on. So basically what Bryson works on is the explosive movement as well. You know, the golf swing is really quick as well.
Exactly.
Push from the ground. There's a few things that I wanted to do, but in all honesty, my lower back's done from throwing so much golf today, so much training. I know to Bryson in itself. So we're going to focus a bit more on the upper body today, basically mainly on the chest as well. Some isolation movements, that's one thing Bryson's really big on. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some heavy dumbbell bench press. We're going to really focus on that range of motion, really push up on the eccentric rep. So really focus on getting it into our pectoral muscles, or my pectoral muscles. Then we're going to go in to do some RDLs, but they're going to be some slow on the way down and really fast on the way up, really pushing from the floor. That won't be too difficult because I've done RDLs in the past and I'm quite confident on those. But then we're going to do some hamstring curls as well, really kill our hamstrings, but they're going to be some single leg hamstring curls because that will really isolate those hamstrings as well, really push those legs. Again, legs are really big in the golf swing. There's some main movements that Bryson does. Cameron, what else should we do? What else am I going to do today?
So, with the exercises that you just mentioned there, they're really working on just regular strength. What we want to incorporate as well is not just how strong we are, but how fast we can produce that strength, as that's one of a key factor in sporting skills in general, but especially in a sport like golf. So what we're going to throw in is an explosive medicine ball throw at the end as well.
Love it, love that. So that's 4 exercises, but we're going to do a lot of reps. We're going to do 5 sets of 10, as we're really going to be tasking, but I know Bryson would do that. So let's jump into it. Let's have a really good workout like Bryson would, and hopefully increase our swing speed on the way.
Beautiful. One more. Perfect. Done for the day. How was that?
It was intense. It was good. It was good though. I feel surprisingly better than I thought I would, but I think that this is one of those days where tomorrow I'm going to feel a lot worse. When the Tiger Woods video, I was just fed up the whole day because it was too much golf. This feels like a pretty good active day, but if you're not conditioned for it, I think you're going to be in big trouble.
Well, 5 sets of those, that like
5 sets of 10.
It's a lot. You might think that 4 exercises, oh wow, that's not that much. Go and do it, because 5 sets, it's going to take you. I mean, how long did that take us? About an hour?
Hour 20.
Yeah.
Hour 20, I think it was.
With warm up and everything.
Yeah, with warm up and stuff. You know. So we did pretty well. But luckily, I got steak and potatoes and 2 more protein shakes to look forward to when I get home. I'll show you guys what my steak looks like. Right now, I need a rest.
All right, last meal of the day for me. I've got my 2 protein shakes that I'm going to have. Go for some potatoes, and where is the steak? And finally, my steak. So steak, potatoes, and 2 protein shakes. I think one, I guess, error that I may have done in this video is that I've been very quick in what I've been doing. So it's still only it's just about to get dark. So it's 6:30 now. And maybe if I spaced it out a little bit more, it would have been a bit more like what Bryson would have done, perhaps from like 8 AM to 8 PM rather than what I did, which was kind of a bit rushed. That's probably made it a lot harder for myself. But right now, all I really want to do is not have a steak. I want to have some Jammy Dodgers, I want to have some snack food, and then watch a film and go to bed. But instead, I'm going to get the steak, potatoes, and 2 protein shakes down me, have a much needed shower, and then go to bed. I will update you guys in the morning. Oh, right, morning everyone. I thought I would just give a quick summary as to how I'm feeling this morning, as yeah, there's a few bits. Mainly, do not try this challenge. I really would not recommend trying this challenge for a few reasons. In terms of my muscle soreness, it's mainly my core, maybe my lats as well. I was kind of expecting that because having 200 or 300 long drive swings, but doing those rotational ball throws as well, really activates the core. I'm not someone who ever works my abdominals because I can't be bothered, and there is some repercussions of that. So it feels a little bit like I've been punched in the stomach this morning with that sense. But the 7 protein shakes, the no vegetables, and the extreme amount of protein has impacted me a little bit this morning. I'm not going to get into detail, but it's not a nice diet to have, and with no vegetables, even me at 25 years old, I don't particularly like vegetables, but I'd like some sweet corn every now and then or something. So It's an intense diet. I do imagine maybe Bryson would sneak some vegetables in there, but those 7 protein shakes with those protein bars, put the macros up on the screen for you now so you can see that sheer amount of protein is very, very high. I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but usually if you go into the gym, you want about 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So for me, that'll be about 220 grams or so. And so what I had yesterday was extremely high. Would have, well, I imagine my kidneys wouldn't have loved it that much. And yeah, my body wasn't really a fan of having that amount of protein. I would have rather have got it through a natural sense, having chicken and rice, you know, the usual gym bodybuilder things. But fair play to Bryson for having that amount of protein, for being that intense of a diet. I can't imagine how much food he actually ate when he was bulking, because this was his kind of everyday standard diet. Be interested to see what he ate when he was bulking up to that 200 pounds, 210 pounds or so, because I reckon it would have been even more unpleasant. So fair play to Bryson. You can see where he got his speed from. You can see he is an absolute artist and he works very, very hard. So I'm expecting him to win a lot more in 2022. And Bryson, if you're watching, let's hope you can get to 150 mile an hour club head speed very, very soon. If you guys have enjoyed this video today, it was a lot of fun for me to make. I'm not doing it again because I think my kidneys would shut down on me, but leave a like down below if you enjoyed it and let me know who you want me to do next. I've done Bryson, I've done Tiger. There's a few players that I could do, but let me know down in the comments. If you guys are new to the GolfMagic YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button please down below to keep up to date with all of our videos. We've got a lot more coming soon, a lot more really fun content, so hit the subscribe button, keep up to date with all of our videos. I'll see you guys at the next one.